Hey folks, Phil Gallagher here for Daily Death and Taxes. Today I'm going to play a very non-traditional list. So I'm in the Legacy Premier League right now, and I'm preparing to metagame for a group of 3 opponents. Based on what I think my opponents are going to be playing, I'm going to play a crazy version of Death and Taxes, potentially. Note, I'm not 100% locked on actually playing this for the Legacy Premier League. I'm looking at other things. Such as Ant, for example. But my pod got switched up a little bit, so I think I'm going to be off Ant now. Where do we go? This one. So I'm going to talk about the deck list. I'm not going to talk about how I came to these conclusions, because there's a lot of like if-then statements involved that are kind of complicated. But essentially, I don't think I'm going to need a lot of the sideboard staples like Cataclysm and Chalice of the Void and Gideon and things of that nature. So instead, I'm going to play sort of a crazy sideboard, and I'm going to hedge in some weird directions at game 1 as well. So we're going to try out Ghost Quarter over Schadenport today. We're going to try playing a Path to Exile in the main deck, and a whopping 4 Mirran Crusaders in the main deck as well. The sideboard is mostly the normal stuff, except we're playing a whopping 4 surgical extractions, rather than things like chalices and cataclysms. Again, disclaimer, this is not a deck that you should pick up and play. This is something that I think might be good in a very, very, very limited and small metagame. I'm going to take it through a league today to mostly see how will this fare against random stuff if my predictions are wrong. So let's go ahead and pop into it. I just lost a whole bunch of tickets playing with other bad decks. So let's open a couple of treasure chests, I guess. Sorry for the slight delay here. I didn't really notice that before I got started. But everyone loves treasure chests, right? That's what I've been told. Maybe we'll open something sweet. Not looking like it so far. Oh, Abyssal Nocturnus. Isn't that fancy? Hollow Fountain is acceptable. Okay. There we go. But yeah, going back to the deck list for a second. I'm expecting that Mirran Crusaders protection colors are going to just be like super, super relevant in the pod that I'm in. You know, I'm potentially expecting to play against things like Elves, Maverick, Dark Depths, Rogue Delver. So I think Mirran Crusader is just going to be an absolutely awesome threat. And I think some of the traditional stuff that's in the deck will kind of be medium at best. It's going to be an easy keep. We have an amazing Ether Vial curve here. We'll probably very easily wasteland my opponent given the opportunity if the Vial resolves. Force, pitching Jace. If we're playing against something like Miracles, then my deck building decisions are absolutely atrocious. No. So we're probably playing against some sort of 3 to 4 color control deck, in which case I will just like wasteland this immediately and then play Giver and hope like going into Stoneforge Mystic, into Crusader, into connecting with equipment will just be very strong. Alright, so that probably means that my opponent does have like Wrenn and 6 in their deck. So I'm going to assume 4 color at this point. And protecting that Thalia seems really good, so we're not going to try to get cute and cheeky with some Giver of Runes chip damage. My opponent has missed a land drop. That makes me want to just jam this Crusader down their throat and just hit for damage as quickly as possible, close out this game. So we're actually just going to have lethal next turn with Mirran Crusader or Sword of Fire and Ice. We don't need to hold up Karak because we already have Giver of Runes for protection. Nothing to worry about in that front. Okay, so a lot of the cards that we normally would want to board, we don't actually have access to. So we'll want Pithing Needle, Recruiter, Council's Judgment, Jailer, Rest in Peace. I'm not 100% sure on. It's something that I can consider. I certainly won't play 3 of them, but I could consider 1 or 2. Path to Exile is probably bad. Swords to Plowshares is probably pretty bad. I may end up keeping like 1 or 2 in the deck just to like get some random things like Gurmag Angler or Baleful Strix out of the way of something like Tomic. But they're not going to be amazing. Flicker Wisp is going to be of medium power level as well. We're going to have Pithing Needle to shut down Walkers or like Wrenn and 6 or Jace. I can consider trimming a land. I can consider trimming a Vial. I can consider trimming Revoker because it's just like very medium given how much removal my opponent's deck is going to have. Jitte also going to be relatively medium. I don't know how heavily into the graveyard that deck is leaning. Like, I saw like 3 cards out of them this game, so I don't know if it's correct to go Rest in Peace deep or not. I know they have Wrenn and 6. I can assume Snapcasters, but do they have like Gurmags as well? Do they have Gulligan's Commands? Unsure. In the face of that information, I think I'm going to trim a Vial. Normally, I think I'd keep that in, but without Rishadan Port to deny mana, I don't really think that this is going to be my best approach. And I'm going to keep Rest in Peace in the back of my mind for a game 3 if we end up going that way. I would keep this if one of these was a land. I think I'm going to send back the Giver. I know it makes my Vial curve worse. Sorry, finishing the thought. I know it makes my Vial curve worse, but I don't think I can afford to throw away a land, and I think like Crusader plus a piece of equipment is a wonderful way to try to take down this match. I don't think I want to just jam the Stoneforge given the information that I just got, so I'm going to cast this Pithing Needle. My opponent will fetch. Then I'll get to wasteland whatever land that I desire. Probably whatever one the Scalding Tarn gets, because it's going to be the one that can cast removal spells. Tarmogoyf a bit unexpected there. this is a Delver deck that just happens to be playing a 1 of Jace the Mind Sculptor, this is slightly awkward for me. But we'll probably be fine from the looks of it. Opponent played Underground Sea into Ponder in game 1, and then I didn't see anything else except Lonely Sandbar from them. Are you just a Delver deck? If you're just a Delver deck, this Ghost Quarter is Wasteland. Am I going to find out right now? I think I'm going to find out right now. Let's see if you're just 4-color Delver. Ha ha! Ha 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 ha! So my Mirror Crusader can pretty easily take over this game. So I just want the piece of equipment that can make it punch through and protect it from removal. Who would win? One Crusader boy or one Goyf with a big butt? I know who I'm voting for. You know, like Fatal Push my Giver runes or something? Yeah, that's fine. You can ponder away. And my opponent just scoops it up there. Alright, so we boarded for the wrong matchup based on what we saw. 4-color Delver with main deck Jace seemed a little bit ambitious to me, but, you know, so it goes. We're off to a good start. I'll be back tomorrow.